When we open up our Bibles to Genesis chapter 22 verse 3, it reads there, "So Abraham rose early in the morning." When we look at the background, the previous verses, we know that God tells Abraham to take his beloved son, his only son, and offer him as a sacrifice. It was definitely a difficult job to do. It was definitely a task that Abraham must have not liked. But yet he chose to get up early in the morning to do what God asked of him. What does that tell us? When we look into the life of Abraham, we know that he was counted righteous through faith. We know that he was a man who walked with God, who had his own personal relationship with God. We know that God blessed him, that God made a covenant with him. But do you know that Abraham was a man who chose to obey God? He chose to trust God. He chose to yield to God's plans. It was difficult for him to take his only begotten son, his only loved son, to offer up to God. Yet he chose to obey God. I want to ask of you today, would you choose to obey God even when it seems difficult to do? We know God's favor over Abraham's life. We know how God blessed him and prospered him. The same way God will do it to you. But you need to be a person who chooses to trust God, yield to him and obey him, no matter how painful it is, no matter how difficult it is. If you choose to do what God asks of you, God will begin to trust you with bigger blessings. God will begin to pour out abundance, favor over your life. You need to obey God, and you will begin to see God's direction and blessings over your